Hello everyone and welcome to Entry Updates. I am your host, Jaiden Floyd. Today, we will be discussing the latest updates in the space industry, including the recent launches, update on the Vulcan rocket, the Delta IV Heavy rollback, and the highly anticipated Starship launch. Let us dive in. So, we recently witnessed two launches on Sunday and one early this morning. One of them on Sunday made history. Space Pioneer, a private Chinese company, became the first private company to have its first rocket successfully launched into orbit. This was a significant milestone for the company and the space industry. The same day, SpaceX launched Tranche 0 from Vandenberg, California. This morning, SpaceX launched Intelsat 40E at 12:30 Eastern Daylight Time. Intelsat 40E is a geostationary satellite that will provide connectivity to Maxa Technologies' government and enterprise customers across North and Central America. It also carried NASA's tropospheric emissions monitoring of pollution, TEMPO, as a hosted payload. We have two upcoming launches, one the 11th of April, Transporter 7 at 2:48 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which will be carrying rideshare payloads for different companies. Following that will be an Ariane 5 launch on the 13th of April at 8:15 Eastern Daylight Time carrying a payload for ESA and Airbus named JUICE, Jupiter Icy Moon Explorer. Moving on to Vulcan, as most of you know, Vulcan's second stage, Vulcan Centaur, had an anomaly at NASA's Marshall Flight Center during a test, putting it through the worst possible conditions it could experience on structural loads. Tory Bruno stated that they are still investigating the problem to see if it will delay the Vulcan Centaur, which is currently at Cape Canaveral for launch May 4th. However, the launch date has not been changed yet, and the race for methane to orbit goes on. Vulcan is a critical mission for United Launch Alliance (ULA), and it is expected to be a game changer in the space industry. It is designed to be more efficient and reliable than previous rockets, and ULA is optimistic for its success. Another recent event was the postponement of the NOL-68 mission, which was set to fly on April 20th on Delta IV Heavy after a flight valve that exhibited off-nominal behavior. We currently do not have an update on the new launch date, but we hope this issue can be resolved as quickly as possible. This will be the second to last launch of Delta IV Heavy, and we hope to do live coverage of it when it does launch. Delta IV Heavy is an incredibly powerful rocket and has been responsible for launching some of the most important missions in recent history, including the Parker Solar Probe and the Exploration Flight Test, one which launched Orion into space for a test flight. Now, let us move on to the highly anticipated Starship launch. The FAA Current Operations Plan Advisory lists revealed that SpaceX was targeting April 10th, with backup dates on the 11th and 12th, but that has changed. It looks like currently it will be the 17th for the first launch of Starship Booster 7 and Ship 24. This was later followed up by the stacking of the Starship full stack and a notice to Marine Men for the dates that SpaceX was targeting. This was followed by a notice to Airmen for those same dates, but as of now, there is still no official launch date because we are waiting for the FAA launch license. Once we have the official launch date, we can all be excited about the launch of the Starship, which is expected to be a significant milestone in the space industry. That's it for today's episode of Entry Updates. Stay tuned for more updates on the latest updates in the space industry.